We're looking at the round 22 fixture results and ladder, where we're looking at going into the last two rounds before the finals. I mean, look, the start of this round was interesting. You had Collingwood getting on top of Geelong. You had Hawthorn getting on top of Bulldogs. Two upsets just starting back to back. Thought maybe North Melbourne might be able to come through 3 for 3. Didn't happen. Essendon won. It was Brisbane over Adelaide. Another upset, though. West Coast coming defeating the top of the table Fremantle. A massive last quarter for Carlton helped make, I think, our fourth draw on the year against Melbourne. They were down by 42 points at three-quarter time and were able to get a couple of points out of it for themselves. You had Sydney over Gold Coast. You had Richmond yesterday beating St Kilda, and we just finished this game here. 55-point victory for the Giants over Port Adelaide. Let's see our ladder. Where are we looking? It is Freo still on top, although they got competition. They've lost a couple games in a row. They are on 60 points, though. Right behind them, the Giants, Richmond, Bulldogs, all on 56. So any one of these four teams could end up on top of the ladder come the end of round 24. We have our race for the 8 is really heated up. It is really interesting. It is from 5th all the way into 13th. And you could argue, 5th all the way into 13th all have a shot here. We have Melbourne, Brisbane, Port, Sydney from 5th to 8th, all on 44. We look outside the top 8. You got Essendon, Adelaide, each on 42. You got Geelong, Gold Coast, St Kilda. They're all on 40. 5th to 13th, all in the hunt. But we will definitely have teams, I think, next round that find themselves getting eliminated from the race. You have Carlton here. Had they gotten a win, and they are on 36. They are out of the race. They are completely out of it. You have West Coast. They got 34. They've been doing okay for themselves. I mean, for West Coast, I suppose. North Melbourne on 28. Look, Collingwood, good for them. Like, it's crazy for them to be so down on the ladder, yet have a percentage of 100. It is wild, but it is exactly what has happened. They are on 26, and Hawthorn rounding it out on 24. Oh, man. Who will end up in the 8? Who will end up in the 8? Tomorrow, if we do come back tomorrow, the next game that we play, it will be Collingwood and Brisbane. It's big for Brisbane. Not as big for Collingwood. I guess for Collingwood, they just get to see if they finish with a 100 percentage or not. Okay, looking at our top 8 again, look, a big race is happening. The race for the top spot between the top 4, Fremantle, GWS, Richmond, and Bulldogs. Any of them could end up anywhere in that top 4. And rounding out our top 8, all on 44 points, Melbourne, Brisbane, Port Adelaide, and Sydney.